Extreme winds are threatening to make the treacherous fires burning in 2 areas of California even worse. The U.S. National Weather Service has issued a red flag warning, saying winds could gust as high as 100 kilometers an hour.
It's really been hard to try to get ahead of the fire because behind the fire we have all these homes that we need to be protecting.
Crews in the state's wine country are playing both offense and defense against the Kincade wildfire. It's the largest in the state right now, covering about 300 square kilometers. It's about 15% contained. Nearly 200,000 people are already under an evacuation order. There are also challenges for people who remain in their homes. Blackouts to prevent new fires will cut power today to about 1.5 million people across the region. The CBC's Erin Collins is in Windsor, California, which is in the Kincade fire zone, and he joins us now. So, Erin, can you describe the conditions there and what you're seeing as people struggle against these flames?
Well, Andrew, you're not seeing a lot of people here, and that's because we're inside an evacuation zone in Windsor, California, here in Sonoma County. Most of the people that live in houses like this one, which unfortunately is one of the 60 structures that's burnt down in this area, are south of here in places like Petaluma, in evacuation centers, or in hotels. They've left this area. As we drive through this part of California, you can see check stops at pretty much every corner as police keep people out of these areas. Residents, but of course looters as well. So they're trying to keep people away, and this is really the calm before the storm. As you mentioned in the introduction there, people here are waiting to see what happens later this afternoon and into the evening when that hot, dry wind is expected to pick up again and really stoke those fires, the Kincade fire, which is sort of burning just in the hills behind me. And you can really see that smoke hanging over us in the background here. When we're not talking to you, we're wearing these, and the reason for that is that smoke is very thick and not very nice here. Now, in addition to that, the people here are dealing with rolling electricity outages, and that's the power and utility companies here are trying to keep those electricity down to prevent more fires, but there's some sort of run-on effects of that. It's a little bit chilly in the evening here. People are having trouble getting their homes heated, and also the gas stations around here aren't able to pump gas if there's no power. So a lot of spin-off problems caused by those rolling blackouts and sort of the waiting game that's going on here.
And so what are firefighters expecting today with the threat of these winds looming, 100-kilometer-an-hour winds?
Yeah, well, that's the question. They're preparing for the worst, hoping for the best. We saw similar situation 2 years ago when 250,000 acres in this part of California burned due to wildfires at that point. That again was due to strong winds 2 years ago, and they're really hoping that doesn't happen. They're bracing for it. And what they do here is they really focus on structures. Didn't quite get to unprotected, but they're really trying to protect those structures. 120 have burned so far, and they try to keep that number to a minimum. In the meantime, they're just trying to keep residents away from these areas, to keep structures protected, and really hope for the best and hope that those winds that they're projecting to happen sometime this evening aren't as fast and as hard as some worry they might be.
All right, Erin, thank you. That is the CBC's Erin Collins live in Windsor, California, north of San Francisco.